Hey everybody, Katrina here with Gal Gone Camping, and so I am going to be eating the last meal in my little camper that I love so much. And y'all may have heard me on a few videos back that I had thought about selling it. Well, I've decided to, and it's killing me. It's killing me, but I have to be practical, and I'll talk to you more about that in a minute. But so in this video, I'm going to do a full tour of my little tiny home that I've loved for several years and have enjoyed. So if you want to see the inside of this little gem, this is a vintage, little vintage model, and I didn't get around to painting the outside of it, but the inside I think you all will. You've seen some snippets in some of my videos. So anyway, I'm going to give you a full tour and find out what the last meal is I'm having in my camper. So come on back if you're interested in that. See you in a few. It's windy out here, you guys, and it's getting chilly, chilly, chilly. Oh my goodness, I'm not ready for it. So come on in. Come on into the little my little vintage travel trailer, and I'll give you a tour. Okay, you guys, welcome back. So I'm inside now. I am going to, well, I guess I should have done the front view coming in. I will flip this around here so you can see this. Hang on just one second. Okay, this is a 1974 Bonanza Pinto. Original sign out here. Everything on the outside here is the original. I didn't get around to painting the outside of it. Couldn't make up my mind exactly what colors, and by the time I kind of did, I decided I was going to let it go. But still has the original tag on it there from the factory in Elkhart, Indiana, where it was made. Little three window crank out window. I love the old-fashioned crank out windows. It's just so nostalgic. So I went with a hippie gypsy cowboy vibe in this camper, which is my style. Anyway, that's me. So you can see that all through it, but to get started here on the door, I painted this like a hot pink, and all through the camper you'll find things that's been given to me by friends and family on my camper journey. This was given to me by a good friend of mine, Angie, that I love. Live the life you love and love the life you live. What an excellent, excellent sentiment to live by. What a great quote. Okay, so this is the view going in to my little home. Starting out with the Indian design rug. Love it, love it, love it. Got a cowhide replica rug on here that I love. So, okay, I'll turn back around here and just start from this end. Okay, so, now when I bought this camper, it was fine. It had been redone. I mean, it was all done in gray and white, which of course is not my colors, but all of this wood in here is the little tongue and groove boards, the little lightweight boards. I use the same thing in my house on my ceiling. So this up here was actually painted white, I believe, gray. I think it was like a light gray, and I just stained over that with a oak stain very, very lightly, just to give it some rustic. You know, my style is rustic look, and I wanted my colors to be, you know, kind of represent the Southwest and, you know, desert color, Southwest color. So I went with turquoise and blue and rust brown, you know, for the trim. I added over here over the kitchen area for kind of like a little separation. It had like a little separate ceiling area here, and I used the look-alike tin panels that you get from Lowe's on there. So that really worked out well. Bought this on one of my trips. Collect moments, not things. How true is that? Love the detail. I love to put detail into everything, and I love cactus, the cactus motif. So I've got these little light up cactus lights. Let's see if the battery's not shot. I can show you what they look like. Oh, there they go. Isn't that awesome? That's on the flashing mode, but I love those. I love those. And there is a wine rack back in there. It had this opening when I bought it, and there was no door on it or anything, so I knew immediately I wanted to put like a wine rack on. And I found one that fit perfectly, just a little metal wine rack, and I kind of entwined a big beautiful red poppy, silk poppy on there. I love poppies, and it just made it pop here and this. And my little wine flies when you're having fun right along the wine rack here. So I thought that was cute. Now on my cabinets, you guys, what I did was, of course, like I said, I repainted all these. They were done like in white and gray, which I love white and gray, but it just wasn't what I was going to go with in here. So, and because I didn't want to make anything permanent to where, you know, if I sold it, it would be difficult for somebody else to change their style, I took a map. I love anything to do with globes and maps. I always did. Go figure that. I mean, I had the travel bug since I was born. So what I did was, I just got some plexiglass. That's what this is here. And after I repainted the cabinets, I just, you know, measured out, traced out the map sections, and I attached it to the plexiglass here with just a little bit. You can see like the clear, oh, what do they call it? Like the magic. Oh, gosh, it's in here somewhere. It's one of those I've seen on TV adhesives. So when somebody, you know, when the new owner wants to remove that, all they have to do is take this entire plexiglass thing off, because it's just attached from the back side to that. It's real easy to get off, so that won't be a problem. And of course I can repaint. And in here, of course, I had my smaller storage stuff, my dishes and cups and paper plates and all that kind of thing. It has plenty of storage. This little camper is just 13 feet long. I don't remember if that includes the tongue or not, but it's just so easy too to pull. These are the larger cabinets here. I have 3 shelves there, and that's where I would keep my food. This is where the food went. And there is the countertop on this side. Oh, back here in the back. So I did, you know, where I did the look-alike tin plastic panels. I really would like to have had the same thing on the very back, but you guys, that stuff is expensive. If you've priced those, I mean, per sheet, they're quite a bit. So I'm like, well, what else could I do, you know, that would kind of mimic that silver tin look without any more expense? So I use Reflectix. And if you'll look back in one of my earlier videos, right after I got this camper and started making it my own, you know, started decorating and everything, you'll see, I think it's called another use, you know, another great use for Reflectix or something like that. So I put that in the back, and not only does it, you know, pick up with the silver look, the tin look, it also adds extra insulation. So that was a dual purpose thing. And y'all know how I'm always talking about, you know, dual purpose items, how great they are, and to use what you got. And I had that left over. I had a big roll still left over from where I cut out my Reflectix panels for my minivan, micro camper. So I'm like, how can I use this, you know, in this camper? So this worked absolutely perfectly. Underneath there, I've got some peace stickers. That's part of the hippie vibe, y'all. Now I took, just for added effect, I took some of the wood grain look masking tape, not masking tape, it's, what's it called? Duct tape. You know how they got the decorative duct tape? Well, I got this, like, I actually ordered this from Amazon, but I think they've got it sometimes at Hobby Lobby, but I ordered it from Amazon because they have it all the time. So just to add to the woodsy rustic look, you know, without using wood. Again, you know, trying to go less expensive route, but get some of the same effect, the same feel. So over here, the sink now, I've got a wasper in there, a wasp. I've never used the sink. I just put a collapsible dish pan in there, and that's what I used. I'll tell you a little bit more about the water tank and why I didn't go that route in a minute. So going along with my Western feel, there's a Western, it's the Outlaws of the Old West, I think. Legends of the West. Yeah, Legends of the West. It's a tray that I've had forever. I don't even remember where I got that. But I've had that forever, and it just went perfectly in here. So it was great for a little serving tray. I collect, I've got a mouse trap back there because I did get a mouse in here once. I collect old tin cans and old advertising. Not so much anymore because I'm just trying to get rid of stuff. But I did have this in the house, and it was perfect out here with the coloring and everything for my utensils. I put 4 wine glasses in there. Of course, when I, you know, am in travel mode, I take those down and secure everything. So moving around here, my coffee pot, it's a red, which I love that. That came with the camper, and it really pops. Up here's another little sentimental item I've got. Again, my good friend Angie, she is an artist. She does makes beautiful handcrafted jewelry, but she made this little camper for me. That little canvas, lightweight, and it's lightweight, so it fit there perfectly. And she also made this for me. The little camper's starting to come off, but so, you know, it was great. These great little pieces like that from family and friends was awesome to put in here. The keep it simple sign. You know, one of the things that I talk about on Gal Gone Camping, if y'all have been following on videos, and especially my blog, because I started the blog, the website, oh gosh, a couple years before I did before I started the YouTube channel. And on my homepage, if you guys go over to galgonecamping.com, on the About section, and the I think it's the homepage probably, but it talks about simplifying your life. And you know, this lifestyle is not only about just enjoying camping, RVing, and recreation and that kind of thing, but it's about simplifying your life so you can do those things. And if you have a chance, go and read that. It's not just a saying to simplify or keep it simple. When you do that, it makes life so much easier. It really does, and there's different ways of doing that, and I talk about that, about you know, reducing your debt, you know, eliminating a lot of your just let a lot of things go. Don't get too much on your calendar. People get overloaded, and it's just, it makes you, it stresses you out. I talk about stress on there and how to reduce that as much as possible. So when you get a chance, do that. So the countertop underneath, oh, let me turn it back around. So like I said, everything was great in this camper already. And underneath this, what I put down here for the countertop, it's white. It's like a white, it looks like a white, almost, the shape of it had like little, almost like little bricks, I think. But again, white just didn't go with any of my colors. So again, I had left over from where this had went in one of my back rooms in my house. It's just that peel and stick tile. I had quite a bit of that left over, and I'm like, what can I use this for? Again, it's kind of, you know, woodsy, rustic, butcher block look. So I thought it would go perfectly in here, and it does. It does. It went perfectly. I messed up on one little spot over here. I had to cut a little piece to cover it up. But anyway, another little detail, I started to change out my plug-ins because they were old. They were like, I thought, well, they're black. They were dark brown or black or whatever. Nothing wrong with them, but just to you know, change them out to go with the decor, I was going to go with a pewter color. And then I decided I wanted to use this paisley bandana print, pink bandana print in here somewhere. So I just covered them with that tape, and it worked out great. So it's another reason I wanted to do a video just to show you guys the camper, because I never did get around to doing the full tour after I got everything done. I wanted you to see it, and then maybe that you all could, you might get some tips on your campers, RVs, or even vans, camper vans or whatever, by some of these things I've done in here. So I hope it's helpful for you. But I just wanted to show you, what I've done in here, and to try to always remember to use what you got. Try to be creative and save money. I'm all about saving money. So I get back over to this side. So this is the original stove. It's a propane stove, and now the refrigerator is electric. Now, the last time I used it, it kind of got too cold. I don't know if that's something normal with these, or the setting was just, I accidentally set it too high or whatever, but it's a 3-burner propane stove. It works great. Love it. I just painted, again, I tried to pick up the corresponding. I did paint this refrigerator now, you guys. It was white, and I spray painted that, and it's worked out great, and it served as a place for some of my trip stickers and magnets and such. These right here, these boxes, I got these from a wholesale place years and years ago, when I had my, I think that's when I had my flower and gift shop years and years ago, I believe. It's that old, but it was wonderful because they all have a different Western design, and with the lettering, the wording, I love that. So it just went perfect storage. And there I kept my dish towels, and there's some garbage bags, and over there was some other stuff that like I would pull out when I'm set up, but when I'm in travel mode, then I would just, it was a great place to put stuff in there, and it kept it secure. Microwave works great, and although I didn't use it very much. Here's another one of the Western boxes, and again, I would put stuff in there to go with the decor. When I was set up, I have this cactus light, which I love. I'll turn it on here. Batteries are dead. Hang on. Okay. There was a little pink globe. So it was, I'm all about the detail. There was a cafe sign. I love old advertising signs and all that. Now here's something I did to separate the seafoam green from the turquoise color. I took some foam insulation, the thin foam insulation board, and made like a what do you call it? I can't think of the name of it. Like a chair railing, or there's a name for that. Well, I can't think of it right now. But anyway, that again, the detail on this leather fabric I absolutely loved. Got that at Hobby Lobby. I mean, it just looks so Western and so vintage. I just loved it. So I covered that with that and made this, what is that called? Anyway, it's a separation from the paint colors, and it worked out great. So over here, now I got to take these screws out of here, but what I had originally intended for this area, I was in the process of making a closet, like just a little box, shelving, something other. I was trying to figure out how I wanted that, but I never did get around to it. And I did bring in a full-length mirror, pink, of course, hot pink, to set it off. And got this Thetford porta potty cassette toilet. Works great, except I never did use it. I had the Lugaboo in here, and that's just what I prefer, because I'd had it in the van for so long, my high top vans, when I was traveling in those. And so this came with the camper, and great product, but I just didn't use it because I'd already been used to the other one. And if you saw I think it's my last videos about my favorite methods, the best method for me for using the restroom when you don't have a real bathroom, what I used. So be sure and watch that. But this is a great product. So another thing I did in here, I attached a shower rod, a curtain rod. It wasn't a shower rod, it was a curtain rod. And I wanted to have some kind of separation from the bed. Like if somebody was sleeping in there and you just didn't you know, you had other people on the other side or outside, and somebody just wanted to rest in there and have a little privacy, could do that. And it slides so easily with these shower hooks with the little red beads, which just pick up perfectly. I mean, I absolutely fell in love with this curtain. Had to have it. And also, so what it does too, what it also does is it serves as a privacy. Like if, you know, you got two people in here and you're sleeping over here, then, you know, this, you just pull this curtain if you have to go to the potty, and it gives you privacy. It does give you a little privacy. So that was another reason I did it. And so for right now, you know, I can pull this around to, you know, cover. I put it up on a hook up there so I can cover the potty right now if I want to. You know, so it wouldn't be seen. But oh, so I love that. Now when I bought the camper, here's looking at the back part. When I bought the camper, the built-in table and chair, it had like bench seats or something. They were wooden and they had been broken and never was fixed. So when I bought it, it didn't have any seats, any chair seats, kitchen, you know, like table and chairs in here. So when I bought it, this is the wheel well down in there. So when I bought it, it was just like this. But I built these. I took scrap boards, lumber that I had, plywood pieces, and I just built a box around that wheel well and put hinges on it. Oh, they're on the outside. Hinges on it back there, and made a lid on both sides, there and over there. And but when I did that, I made sure that I didn't come all the way over to the edge of that 2x4. I wanted to leave enough space there because I built a frame that turns this middle section into a double bed, and I'll show you that in a minute. So then when I got these done, I just actually, you could use some kind of whatever kind of cushions, but this was a lounge. This was like a chair, outdoor chair cushion that I ended up not using, and I just cut it in half and used there. And when this right here is made into the little added section, you can just take these cushions and use that for part of the mattress. Again, you know, I went with the Western. I had these. This is another special. These pillows are very special. Those were given to me years ago by a very, very dear person to me. It was my cousin's wife. She's no longer with us. She passed away several years ago, and she wasn't using those anymore. She gave them to me, and I've had them ever since, and I'll continue to keep those because they're very special. I bought this little sequin cactus pillow, which I love. Okay, so the idea was, I knew I wanted beaded curtains. Again, going with the hippie vibe. So I've combined all this stuff. You know, I knew the coloring I wanted, but I tried to just combine the Western theme with the cowboy, like cowboy Western slash travel related gypsy hippie decor in here. So I couldn't really find beaded curtains like I wanted, and of course you see how short these windows are, and I'm sure I could have cut them down and all that if I bought beaded curtains. But I thought, what is the least expensive thing I can do and still get that beaded curtain effect? So these are just the cheap multicolored beads strands that you can get. My goodness, you can get them at any party supply store or Dollar Tree or whatever. I did order these from Amazon because they had them in so many different colors, and I wanted to make sure there was plenty of different coloration there. So you guys, I'm not a seamstress. I mean, I'm not. I do not sew. And if you all have seen, if you saw the video, oh, just fell. Did you see that? Everything's real live TV right here, y'all. I'll tell you what that was in just a minute. So if you watched one of the videos where when I had my high top van, my Ford, you'll see some projects I did in there, and I talk about how, I don't sew. I mean, I just don't like it, and hot glue is your friend. It's my friend. So I made these curtains with hot glue. And I found this material at Hobby Lobby. You know, this was, I found it, I think, before the shut, when everything shut down during the pandemic. And I remembered, I took a picture of that, and I remembered how much, I just knew it would go perfect in here. Because it just has the gold, you know, like the desert. It reminds me of a sunset and a desert sunset is what it reminded me of. And so as soon as everything opened up, I went and got that material and fixed those. And just for a little added effect, I got the little pink bandana tie. I did have the ties around here like I do in the kitchen, on the kitchen window. But over here, I just used one of the extra silver bead strands that I had. There's another little camper travel sign. I love signage. Home is where I park my wheels. And it still is, y'all. It still is. It's just in my minivan micro camper, which is the Mini-Et. This is one of the first things that I bought to decorate this camper with. Follow your dreams. And look at the rustic background on that. I just love that. And that was just me. You know, I love that. Follow your dreams. So that's very special. I had this from a long time ago, that clean bed sign. So I put that up there over this top bunk. Now, this right here, this mattress right here is an actual RV mattress. I've got that from Amazon, and it's okay. So that's what I got up here, and the bottom mattress is the memory foam. It's the Zenith. I've talked about that. I had the same thing in my my big high top van, camper van, and that is super comfortable. It's a 5 or 6 inch mattress there, foam padding. Again, this was white. All this was white. All these 2x4s framed out for the bunks, and I just lightly stained. I think I did use I used a darker stain on that, I believe, just to contrast, and just very lightly went over it with a rag, or I think it was just a rag and paper towel or something. And these sheets, I love those. I wanted it to be really pop and be something out of the ordinary. This sign right here is another very special piece to me. This was given to me by my dad's cousin, who's also passed away now. He was larger than life. He had an actual gold mine. He prospected out in California and been all over the place. And he was a real hero when I was a kid, and he gave me that. This came from his. He also worked, he was a Navy inspector, and he had this up over his office, or at over at the door of his office, and he gave me that. This piece over here, if you can see this lantern right here, this is very special. That was given to me by my mom. Well, she bought it for me on one of our trips. She had a shop back in the day, and I used to have a shop too, years ago, floral and gift shop, and that has the cowboy motif on there. I don't know if I can. I can't get to the little thing to turn it on, but that's very special, so I'll definitely keep that. Oh, another decorative pillow. Moving around over here. So actually has 3 windows in here, so there's plenty. When you open these up, you got plenty of ventilation. Up here, get a shot of this back here. These are cabinets on this side. So you have 2 little cabinets over here. And don't have much in there now, but there's another plug-in. That's I have the Roku box in there, and I would keep you know, just whatever in there. Usually just, you know, umbrellas. There's an umbrella, and I don't know, I've taken some stuff out of there, but plenty of storage in here, really, especially since I added those boxes. Over there is the TV, and y'all, oh, it's off now, but I was watching Galgone camping videos a while ago, y'all. But anyway, it's so cool to kick back here and relax on this little bunk bed and watch TV and read, and oh, it's just awesome. I'm gonna miss it. Over here is another item. Love this. I had this in my house forever, and it is a Western piece, metal art hook, for hooks for your, could be anything, keys, hats, coats, and so it's been very, very useful in here. This is what fell, you guys. don't know if you saw that. And I just had this up here with some more of that sticky tape, and when the temperature has changed, it fell. It's falling down. This is one of the little candlestick light lampshades you can get anywhere. I got this at a thrift store somewhere. I thought the coloring was perfect, and I love it like that. It needs to be attached better with something. Actually, you could probably put a little, be best to maybe put a little hook through that so it wouldn't fall. It wouldn't be something just sticking on there. But what I was going to do, even more detail, I was going to add some fringe. I was going to add some beads and fringe on this. But anyway, it's great. I love the coloring on that. It just needs to be attached a little bit better. So yeah, over here is another storage box. That's the other wheel well. And so there is, you know, the space for the frame to go on. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, the table is actually like an oversized TV table. I got this at Ollie's. I don't know if y'all have them in your area. They're regional, I think. I absolutely love that store. It's like a Big Lots, sort of, but they got great prices and tons of stuff. You never know what you're going to find. Another little suits me, doesn't it? Does it suit y'all? We're free spirits. People who love to travel are free spirits. Anyway, so I painted it. It was like, had some kind of a check design on it or something. They didn't have any that were just solid colors, so I painted that, spray painted it, and it is perfect, absolutely perfect for eating height. So I'm sitting down here now. Now I wanted to show you, hang on, let me get up, show you this, flip it around here. Oh goodness, okay, hope that didn't, yeah, okay. So I'm going to move this table and show you, I'm not going to be able to pull this out, but just to show you what I did and explain to you. So under the bottom bunk here, that is, if you can see that frame, that is the frame, the metal legs and everything. That is, I took that off of a folding table like you get at Walmart or wherever, and just attached that to a piece of plywood. And what that does, and cut it down to fit the width and length in between these two seats that I've made over the wheel wells. So when you just bring that out from under there and unfold the legs, and it fits right down. One side of it fits right here on this end of the seat, and the other fits over here on this little ledge. See that? And it's sturdy. And then what you do is, when you get that in place, then you can use these, your seat cushions. If you know, you can get something thicker. But I also have this I put up here that I wasn't using. This was a lounge cushion, an outdoor lounge cushion. So, I mean, my goodness, you could put this and the cushions from this, and you would have a really thick foam little mattress. The blanket on top there, the little, what do they call them? I don't know. You find them in all truck stops and stuff like that. I love the red on that. A friend of mine gave me that. Anita. I love it. She gave that to me for my camper. This quilt here is very special to me. That was a quilt that was made by my great-great-grandmother. And my mom had this for years. She gave it to me. Again, it has that Western vibe, you know, the colors. And it's all handmade. All handmade. And here is another one. I've got it folded up, but this was made by my great-great-grandmother on the other side, on my dad's side of the family. So, you know, I love those special pieces. Makes it so much more special in your living space. This right here didn't work out too well. I wanted to keep going with the cactus and Western theme, so I got cactus and poppy decals, but they didn't stick very well. Just on that wood, they're not going to stick. I knew they probably wouldn't, but over here, I'll show you. Put me a little garbage bag right there. But see, over here, I loved them. I absolutely loved them. That one has stayed up pretty good. This one over here stayed up the best. I love that. It just made it pop, and it was the theme I was going for, you know, to include. Put this back around here. So I'm gonna put this table back. So when you're in here and you're it may be small. I mean, it is small in here, but I'll show you. Just like when I would have guests over, you know, if we were at a campground or whatever, there is room for one person to sit on the bed. You got one on each side of the table, and there was room on this side with a camping chair, like a foldable camping chair that I would keep in here. So you could actually sit 4 people, and where this is an oversized TV table, it was perfect. It was all the room you needed to eat. So coming back around in here, I just put this big basket here. This was a place when I come in, I put my shoes. There's some slippers in there. Have a little step stool. I have a weenie roasting stick there. So it was just a catch-all for, I think I hit the wrong button. But yeah, the dream catcher, my cousin Marcus gave to me. He's my second cousin as well. Oh, that's another thing I did. I put, can you see that? I love anything glows in the dark. So I put glow in the dark stars on my, on the top of this, on the bottom of the top bunk. So I could lay here and look up at the stars. And I love that. So I guess that is about it, you guys. I'll take a quick spin here around outside and show you. Oh, they didn't make many of these. Like I said, this is a 1974 Bonanza Pinto travel trailer. It was manufactured in Elkhart, Indiana. That is like the mecca for RV manufacturing. So come around to this side. I had the seams all resealed year before last, I think. So short little camper. It is not dual wheel. It just has a single axle on it. When the new person buys it, they're gonna have to wash it down. Oh, I will tell you about the water tank. So here's where the water outlet is, and there's the electrical outlet. But I didn't use it because now I don't have a truck, and even though the capacity was okay, the towing capacity was okay for me to pull this with my minivan, I did put there's the air conditioner, and they had outfitted this with a steel bar there to sturdy that air conditioner. There, my sweet pepper girl. Here's mommy sweet pepper girl. You want to say hello, Pepper? You want to say hello, Pepper? It's getting time for supper. That's what all she's concerned about. So, that's it. Come back around here. So, I love it. And there's the stabilizer jacks down there. It's got 4. I think it's actually got 6 of those. I'm gonna miss it, but I have to be practical. You know, I realize that I'm just not gonna use it, and I want somebody else to get the enjoyment that I've had out of it. So it's a special little trailer. I love it so much, and I named it Little Et. And if y'all, I don't know if you're just tuning in to the Gal Gone Camping channel, that was my grandmother on my dad's side. She and we were very close. She passed away when I was 16. She never got to travel because she had an accident when she was a child, which they were playing in the woods, I think, and a stick ran through her eye, and she lost her eyesight, had a false eye. She never could drive. And she loved to travel though, and you know, she would go with family members, and she went every time she could, and we would read about places, you know, and we would look at maps and read about places we wanted to go. And she told me, she said, when you turn 16 and get your license, she said, I'll get us a car. She said, I'll buy us a vehicle and we'll go. She intended for us to go to places that we'd read about. She meant every word of it. And I turned 16 on March the 1st that year. And she died on March the 29th. And Lordy, I think about her all the time. So I just had to name this little Et, because that's what they called me, because I was so much like her. I looked like her. I had that same gypsy spirit, the same spirit as she did, you know, all around. I guess we were a lot alike. And I loved her so much, and I still think about her all the time. How she would have thought this was grand. I mean, she would have thought this was something. I wish I could have taken her on trips myself. But she's with me in my heart, and she'll live on forever in my heart and my spirit. And anyway, that's little Et, and I'm gonna be sad to let her go. Both of my camper vans, when I had my high top vans, the first one I got, I named it the Edame. And then the second one I got that I just sold last year, I named it the Edame 2. So the camper was so there was a Edame, and the Edame 2 was the first camper vans I ever had. And then when I got the camper, I named it Little Et. And then when I went with the conversion on the minivan to turn it into a micro camper, then I named it the Mini Et. So that's what I'm traveling in now, is the Mini Et. And I'll give you guys a full tour of that so you can see some ideas and stuff I've done in there. You've seen a little bit of it with the bed situation and all that, but I'll do a full tour pretty soon. So anyway, that is, oh, I forgot to tell y'all, I'm going to eat my last meal in my camper, and I was going to show you that, but I don't have it out there yet, but I'm going to have chili. It is a windy, chilly day here, and I'm going to have my last meal in my camper. And cowboy chili, what better meal to have as your last one here in the 1974 Bonanza Pinto travel trailer, is a big bowl of chili. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's a little bit long. I don't know. It's kind of hard. I had to show you guys everything I did. Tires are flat on it now because it's sit here, so I have to air them back up whenever whoever gets it moves it. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, I hope you'll subscribe and come along. We have all kinds of fun stuff on here. I share my travel journeys, do product reviews, all kinds of, I share things that I've done in the, just like in this camper and my camper vans, and ideas, tips, tricks, hacks, all kinds of fun things. I share any kind of special travel deals or anything that I have found useful. I hope somebody else will find helpful too. So it's a lot of fun. Have fun and adventure on there. And so if you haven't already, please subscribe. I invite you to subscribe. And if you are a subscriber, be sure and just keep following along. So if you got any value out of this video, hit the thumbs up. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up. Please share and like and comment if you would. Yeah. So I will see you on the next video, and you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And remember, don't wait to live. See you down the road. Okay, so something I forgot to mention or forgot to show you. I don't think I mentioned this, so I just added this little clip. This I found on eBay when I was doing research on the Bonanza Pinto travel trailers. I told you they didn't make many of them, and you cannot hardly find anything on them. This is an old advertising magazine ad, and it talks about the different styles they had, and the one that I've got is even different one. It's almost like that bottom one there, but it's smaller than that. And up there was the fifth wheel version, so I got that. I thought that was really cool to frame and put in here. And I'll show you what I've got it sitting on. So what this is covering is the electric box. And so at one time I had a big, you see those hooks up there. I had a great big old Route 66 sign that hung down here. It was really, really pretty. But I found those, I had about 4 or 5, I think I had about 5 of those um, uh, black baskets right there. And that's what I had over here. I told you, I was thinking about doing like a closet type thing. Well, I had actually, in behind that mirror, I had put those in a row, zip tied them together and attached them to the wall. And I had those as shelving for a while. And that's where I would put these decorative elements. When I'd go and set up, I had my cactus light and my little pink globe and some books. That was a place for books and stuff like that. So that's what I used that for, and I forgot to tell you guys about that. And what else was I going to mention to you? It's hard to remember everything. Yeah, so, oh yeah, that leather, this leather, foam insulation board that I used to separate the colors. I also use that, back here in the back. If you can see that dark brown back there, that is all that leather material. And again, that provided excellent insulation from that wall. And I just used the foam insulation board and, used adhesive, spray adhesive, on the front to secure that down. And then on the back, I used basically just duct tape. And it worked great. And then I staple gunned it up there, attached it with a staple gun. And so it's like kind of like a headboard effect. So where if you were sitting back against with your back against that part of the wall, it just served as a headboard, and it was very comfortable along with all those pillows. I love plenty of pillows. So, oh, something else I didn't show y'all. I think I showed you when I was doing the porta pot, the toilet video. If you've seen that and about the different methods of toilets, I had this out and I showed you. But I didn't show you on this video. So I had this sign, and I just thought, what a great place to put that. It went with the Western deal with spurs. Never squat with your spurs on. That ain't a good idea. So I'll be keeping that, and I'm going to put it in the lid of the luggable loo in the van. So, something else I didn't mention was heat. How do I heat in here? So when I would be at a campground, if I had shore power, I think you've seen it on one of the other videos. I had it hooked up in here, and I love it. I use it, now, of course, in my van. But it was a little red space heater, and it looked like a fireplace. That is the most wonderful thing, and it puts out plenty of heat, and then you got that great effect. It has like 2 settings on it, so I would use that in here, lay there and look at the fire, and it was just fantastic. So, and then I also used a Mr. Buddy. If I was somewhere where I didn't have electricity, I just used the Mr. Buddy heater. So, I think that is about it. And talking a little bit about towing. The towing capacity worked with my minivan. I pulled this. I added a hitch to my minivan and use that to pull this trailer, and you don't even know what's back there. But now I did not go on high elevations trips with that van, because that's the reason I knew when I bought it, it was just going to be for specific trips. Not long distances, not mountainous areas and that kind of thing, because I did not want to tow that with the minivan on situations like that. So if I kept it, it's another thing. If I kept it to use a lot more on, more mountainous areas, pulling hills and that kind of thing, I'd have to have a truck. And I'm not going to buy a truck just for that. And it's just, like I said, it's not practical. And so I won't be, that's another reason there's just no sense keeping it. Even though it's killing me. I said before, I could live in this. I totally could live in this. What a perfect tiny home. That's another idea, if you guys are looking at the tiny home movement. I love that. I love seeing those little tiny home constructions and the sheds turned into cabins and all that. I've thought about that for a long time. I love that idea. I love that concept. And, same thing with this. You can just turn a small travel trailer into a tiny home. And I would come out here and I thought, man, I could just live in this. I could so totally live in this. But anyway, I just want to mention those other things that I didn't get in the first part of the video. So, what is my last meal in my camper? I told you about the chili. Well, I've got it out here. And flip it around. There it is. There is my cowboy chili with my cheddar cheese, and I like a little dollop of sour cream on that. I know everybody don't, but that's the way I like it. That's the way I eat it. And what makes it cowboy chili, do you say? Well, because I am in a Bonanza Pinto travel trailer, and it's decorated out with a lot of cowboy and western decor, and because that's my jam, man. That's just my jam. And I'm calling it cowboy chili. I can call it whatever. So I am going to kick back here, enjoy my chili, and you see it? Guess what's on the YouTube? Gal Gone Camping's on YouTube, y'all. Oh, well. I'm going to miss my little trailer. I'm going to totally miss my little trailer, but it's time. But I really enjoyed inviting you guys along and giving you a video on this little jewel. And so, love it. Glad I did it. It's time to move on. So, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And remember, don't wait to live. And please subscribe, as I said earlier, and share. Follow along on Facebook, too. The Gal Gone Camping Facebook channel or Facebook page, YouTube channel, and galgonecamping.com. We're going to have fun, y'all. I promise. Fun's my middle name. All right. See you later.